What's up guys, Rhino here and welcome to my latest FIFA 19 video. Today's video guys is actually going to be another SBC. I feel like I'm a little bit behind on some of the SBCs at the moment. Haven't really had the opportunity to sort of record any of them for you guys, but I didn't want to do them without recording them. So I've got a few that are just kind of sat here ready to submit that I've kind of been stacking up, got them all sorted. And I'm basically just going to be trying to get these recorded for you guys and get them released as quickly as I can throughout the day really, maybe hopefully all of them today, but worst comes to worst then definitely by the end of tomorrow. But yeah, apologies for that guys, obviously yeah, a little bit of a drought there on those, but they will be coming thick and fast now for you. So this one in this particular video guys is going to be the Marquee Matchups, just like the standard weekly Marquee Matchups. Got a day and 5 hours left, so still a little bit of time if you guys wanted to obviously try and use my solutions, but to be honest I would have thought you guys have probably already done it because it is really easy. Just like most of the Marquee Matchups been this year, it's been quite, I don't know whether I like it or not. I mean, it's good that they're easy, but the issue is that the rewards aren't that good. Last year they were, you know, there was a lot more of an opportunity to make profit out of these, and it was certainly, it was a bit of a grind. Like you couldn't always get them done through players in your club, but it was definitely worth spending the coins to get the players of the transfer market because there was such a high chance that you'd make some money and pack something big just because of the various packs that you get as rewards. This time around maybe not so the same, but I suppose at the end of the day it is random in packs, so you could get something big no matter what it is. The first fixture they've gone for guys is the Chelsea Man United one. So you only need one player from either of the two sides. You do need at least 3 leagues in your squad, and you do need all your players to be at least gold and also have 85 chemistry in the squad. 2 of the players already filled in as brick slots, literally just Premier League players, no like club or nationality or anything like that. So obviously the first thing to do guys is to check one of your Man United or Chelsea players in. I ended up going for Ashley Young. I didn't really have any Chelsea players actually, only David Luiz, but I didn't really want to submit him. I had a lot of Man United players, and I just went for Young in the end, just because I thought he's probably the one with the least value because, you know, being somebody with his kind of stats at fullback, not ideal. So I put him in, and then the easiest way to kind of go about it guys is then just fill in with Premier League players as and where you can. So I've got Sol Bamba, Callum Chambers, Ben Foster, Matthew Lowton, Harry Winks, and is it Kieran? No, it's Ashley Westwood, not Kieran Westwood, Ashley Westwood. I think it's a goalkeeper, Kieran Westwood. And then obviously you just need to make sure you get your 2 extra leagues in there. So I just literally threw in random wingers. It doesn't have to be wingers for you guys, it depends what positions you got the Premier League players in. I just didn't really have any Premier League wingers I wanted to submit, but I ended up putting this guy in called Bebu. I know he's a rare, but he was literally the worst looking untradeable one I had. Like I thought, you know, I'm gonna try and put in as many untradables as possible because then it's not really of any value to me. And also put in Shabalala as well, left mid. It's a non-rare, so that's kind of ideal. And yeah, that particular squad's literally just, it's not going to cost you a lot to be honest guys. Like if you were to buy off the market, you know, you're looking at like the bare minimum. Like you got a whole spine of 75 rated non-rares here, so very easy to complete. You can pretty much almost go for a full Prem squad, which obviously most of you guys will have a lot of Premier League players in the club. So you get is that a premium, I know it's an Electrum players pack, so it's okay. I mean, it's probably going to be one of the better packs we get in this guys actually, so that'll be interesting to see if that is maybe the one that we get something in. But this next squad is NAC Breda versus Willem 2. Don't know who they are to be fair. Must be some sort of big game in Holland, I have no idea, some sort of derby or something I presume. But for this one guys, so unlike obviously the first squad, you need all gold players. All the rest of them are a lot easier to complete. I think you can get away with bronze players in most of these. You need at least 2 Dutch players, at least 4 players from the Dutch league, the Eredivisie. You're only allowed 4 players from the same nation though, and do need 85 chemistry again. So pretty easy to be honest. I mean, the way to start it is obviously look at your Eredivisie players. So many of the players in the Eredivisie are Dutch anyway, so just by putting 4 Eredivisie players in, you're going to get your 2 Dutch players, so you wouldn't have to worry too much about that. You can see I've got quite a bit of a mixture to be honest. There's obviously the limit on the you know, if you're going to have Dutch Eredivisie players for the chemistry, you're only going to be allowed four Dutch players. So I ended up having these guys here. I had like 2 centre mids that worked, and it was quite nice actually in my midfield because I have these 2 centre mids who are Dutch in the Dutch league, and I also have this other guy who's Belgian, but he plays for the same club as this other Dutch one. So I managed to get a nice line of green links there, straight across like the midfield in the area where there's going to be, you know, the players have a lot of links off them. Like you can see this guy in the middle, he's got 5 links off him, so it's ideal to be able to get 3 green links there. And then the other Dutch players just straight through the spine of the team, the centre back and the goalkeeper. Obviously just full of bronze players, and you know these guys aren't exactly going to be difficult to come by if you've been doing the bronze pack method. And just like, guys, you seriously just know, even if like you just got a spare like 10-15 minutes, just open a few bronze packs, because having them in your club, it just makes these SBCs where you can just chuck in random junk just so much easier and quicker to do. Like all these players, they'll literally be worth 200 coins on the market because we've checked them when we did the bronze pack method, and we know that no SBCs or anything have come out that would affect their prices. So, you know, you're going to be throwing in players that are literally worth nothing, which means that, like, obviously we got a couple of gold players in here, and that's just because I didn't have players that were bronze that I could put in, and I ended up just doing it kind of for the sake of it, really. But if you wanted to have a whole bronze team, which I'm sure, you know, is pretty doable, you're looking at literally like 11 200 coin players. So 2,200 coins for a squad, you know, that's as cheap as you can get. That you literally cannot really get any cheaper than that unless you manage to get all of them on bid at 150. But you know, you'd be pretty fortunate to do that on and have all the players that suit the SBC perfectly. And then obviously from there, guys, you just want to just chuck in whatever. I mean, I ended up having another Eredivisie player. I don't even need to put him in, to be honest, but I was just like, why not? I don't really care about losing him. That's actually Eric Bortigian, or Bortigian. I've got a random Chinese right wing back. Doesn't matter, literally just throw him in. Centre back, left wing back, you know, perfect link there. That was quite nice. And then also these 2 English strikers that play in League One. Another green link. It's so easy, guys. I mean, I don't even really need to talk this through. I mean, I'm sure it's just so simple to do. You can't really go wrong with it. You get a premium silver players pack for that, which is okay. To be honest, it might be one of the better packs just because a lot of silvers do tend to have some value, so you could get something out of that. Probably more so than maybe like one of the gold packs. The third squad is Nice versus Marseille, so you need at least 1 player from either of those teams. You know, there's been a bit of a trend this year where they are making a lot easier, where you literally just need a player from like either of the teams. That you don't need a player from both. So it just means that like the prices of these players just don't go up because there's too many options available. You're only allowed 6 players from the same league. So if you wanted to go for like all French leagues to get a bit of chemistry, then you don't even allow 6 French league players. That's actually obviously what I did there, as you can see. You do need 3 rare players though in this one, and you also need at least 80 chemistry on this one, not 85, so probably a little bit easier. And we do have 2 brick slots. The wingers are both just French players. They're not actually French league, they're just French. So the Nice player, which I ended up doing, I didn't actually have one of these in my club. I'm pretty sure I think I bought Cyprian. Yeah, 750 coins for him. You know, that's what I was saying about how the prices, they just don't go up. Like, that's so cheap. For a player who's like, he's probably one of their better players, to be honest. Probably only like Balotelli maybe is a higher rated. So you just throw him in. And then just obviously like French league around it. So we've got this centre-back called Julian. And then, like, if you can, just get bronze in there. So I end up having like a bronze centre-back, bronze goalkeeper, gold right-back, gold centre-mid as well. There's a perfect link there as well, actually, between the centre-mid and the centre-back. They both play for Strasbourg, so that's ideal. And then from there, guys, you know, at that point, you've got the chemistry. You only need 80 chemistry. It's ridiculously easy to get. And then it's just about making sure that you've got enough rare players, really. So obviously I already had 2 from the French league, so I threw in this Cam, who is untradeable, so I didn't really care if he had any kind of value or anything like that. And then just like a random English striker, just literally getting a soft link to him, and then a random left back as well from who's Japanese. I guess the Japanese league. Yeah, Shima Resol. Interesting. That gets you a gold pack, which is, you know, again, gold pack, not exactly going to get much in that, I can't imagine, but it's so easy to complete. You know, you can't really expect much more when it's that easy to complete, guys, but this is why it's obviously been a little bit odd this year that they have made them so easy to complete. The final squad is Montreal versus Toronto. You need at least 2 MLS players. You only allow 4 players from the same league. You do need 2 clubs. I mean, why is that a requirement? That's not exactly hard to get 2 clubs in there. You're gonna have literally just. That's not even possible, is it? If you only allow 4 players from the same league, you're automatically gonna have like at least 3 leagues in there. So you're gonna have at least 3 clubs. So why is that even a requirement? I don't know. And 80 chemistry again. So pretty simple again, guys. Obviously you can see I've literally just gone for bronze. You don't need to worry about anything else. There's no rating on it. There's no like exact player quality or anything like that. So I had plenty of like American MLS players. Just threw in a whole back line, obviously as much as I could. Obviously only allow a maximum of 4. So I got goalkeeper, centre backs, and right back. And then from there, just do the same but with different leagues. So I ended up having like this little quartet of Chinese league players. All like ridiculously low rated as well. Like, look, we've got like a 48, a 49, 50, 52. They're players that are never ever going to have any kind of value, because even if an SBC came up that you need players from their club, you wouldn't go for them, because there always seems to be like a rating limit on a lot of those type of SBCs. So you go for the players that are like at the top end of the rating kind of threshold, just to give yourself a bit more room for manoeuvre with the other players in the squad. Like, you're not going to put a 48 into an SBC like that. So these are the kind of SBCs where you want to put them in because you can. And then like a little left side is French. I think it's French 2nd division though. This lot, yeah, French 2. Yeah, left wing, centre mid, left back. Really, really easy, guys. Again, all players I had in my club already. You get a silver players pack for this one. That is another example of a squad which is literally going to cost you like 2k if you bought them off the market. If you're getting them all at like the cheapest buy now possible, it's just dirt cheap. It's absolutely dirt cheap. Not sure what the main reward is for this Marquee Matchups. Can't imagine it's that good. Gold players pack, so it's okay. You know, I don't expect to get much in this, guys, but if we can get something half decent, then happy days. I'm not going to like filter through all the silver players or anything like that in the video. I'll do that in my own time, but unless there's one that like, you know, like an inform or something like that. I mean, I think there's 1 silver inform in your team of the week. That might be worth looking at, but I won't get it, I can't imagine. So yeah, we'll just I'll look at the rare, just because like rares sometimes have some sort of value, but he doesn't look like he does, to be fair. Like 500 coins, not a lot. The rest of these ones I will literally just throw them in the transfer list for now, just because I will go through them because it is worth it. Sometimes there are players that are surprisingly worth a bit, so I won't just throw them all straight to the club, but yeah, I won't go through it just to keep the video as short as possible. This other kind of silver pack that we've got here, I'm not even going to look at it, just going to skip it. Just want to get onto the gold ones really. We got a couple of players there, not looking like they're going to be worth too much. They're not like highly rated or anything, so we'll just throw them into the transfer list as well, and I'll sort those out in a sec. Gold pack, literally 1 rare. To be honest, I'd actually kind of hope it's like a squad fitness or something. I mean, I can't imagine it's going to be a player. Ooh, wow, it's actually a player. Wow. It is Grigorich. He had a team of season in it, I think, last year. Interesting. And a load of absolute nonsense. We'll throw that into the club. Both these only have 1 rare. We'll go for the election players pack first, just because the rare could be the silver. We'll go for that one. Hopefully it's gold. Hopefully it's a board, but I can't imagine it will be. It is actually gold, but it's not a board, just like the last one. It is Mojica, the left wing back, Colombian from Girona, I'm pretty sure. Is that Girona? It is. We've got Adebayor and a load of absolute nonsense. We'll throw the silvers onto the transfer list and then just throw these guys straight in to the club. We'll end on the gold players pack, guys. I can't imagine that it's going to be that kind of profitable, this SBC. Again, no board, so we don't actually get a board from Marquee Matchups, but I didn't really expect anything much better. You never know, you guys might get lucky, but when the packs are literally involving like one rare item, and in some of them it's not even guaranteed to be a player, you can't really expect much. But then obviously we didn't really put too much into that SBC, so we didn't have to sacrifice too much either. I will just list him up, see where he ends up. But that's going to be the end of the video really, guys. Let me know if you get anything that's a little bit better than that. Obviously you should be able to complete it really. You don't really need too much help on that. Obviously you can follow mine if you wanted to, but I'm sure you've got enough players in your club to get that sorted anyway. I'm going to go through those players, see if I've got anything that's worth any value. Next video will actually be, well, there's two which I've got planned. I'm not sure which one I'll go for first, so you have to wait and see for that, but it'll either be the Scream Bastian Schweinsteiger SBC, or it'll be the UEFA Champions League Marquee Matchups, because that's obviously come out yesterday, I think it was. So yeah, that obviously just kind of stay tuned for that. Hope you enjoyed the video, guys. If you did, then feel free to leave a like on the video, and obviously comment if you did get anybody in your packs, like I said, if you were lucky enough, that is anyway. And yeah, obviously if you haven't subscribed to my channel already, then feel free to do that, just so you can stay tuned for all the latest FUT 19 content that I'm going to be dropping in the future. But that's it from me. Hope you enjoy the rest of your day, and I will see you in the next one.